Howdy guys, I'm John Rocket 83 here, back with a new video. It's again a different video. It's not like my montage or anything like that, but I am just going over the Sonic film, which I saw last Saturday, and how much I really enjoyed the film, just as much as I enjoy this gameplay footage of Sonic Mania, because Sonic Mania is a quality Sonic game. But anyways, back onto the topic. So the Sonic movie, I really loved it. It was fantastic. I would have preferred if they had one of the voice actors for Sonic be the guy that plays as Sonic, so like Roger Craig Smith, but that would have been, I don't know, a bit odd. But Ben Schwartz does a really great job as Sonic the Hedgehog, and the action was pretty impressive. Good amount of special effects in there, Sonic being his cocky old self, and I mean, Jim Carrey steals the role as Dr. Eggman. My goodness, he's very creative in his movements and all that kind of stuff, and very happy about that. I probably should start from the beginning again to say there will be spoilers in this little review as I go through it, because I'm basically just going to go through like the story of like the film and all that kind of stuff, so you have been warned. But anyways, the film started up. It was a very interesting way for the film to start up. It was starting up in the middle of like an action sequence, kind of a bit like how Deadpool started, and Sonic is like talking to you saying, "So, how did we get here? Well, let's start from the beginning." And they start in here, Green Hill Zone, and Sonic is a baby, like a little child, and he's just going for a nice, eagerly jog and all that kind of stuff. Just, my goodness, he was very adorable. The kid that was playing as Sonic did a good job in that part, but anyways, Sonic is being taken care by this owl by the name of Longclaw, so we don't know anything about like Sonic's actual parents, which is a shame. But Sonic attracted attention of a tribe called the Echidna tribe, which is made up of echidnas, and Longclaw helps and defends Sonic from being captured or taken by the Echidna tribe by telling him to go to this new planet where he'd be safe. And I believe she gets killed by the Echidna tribe? I don't know. I do know she gets shot down when she's escaping them with Sonic in her hand. But yeah, so 10 years pass and Sonic's his old normal self. He I guess say quote unquote befriends this guy named Tom, who's a police officer of the town Green Hills. Anyways, it's a very funny segment where where Tom is like checking speed from other drivers and all that kind of stuff, but no one drives by, so he just takes the speed from a turtle. But of course, turtles are pretty slow. Well, sorry, was it turtle or tortoise? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, he just goes onto the speed about the turtle, and then Sonic whizzes by, going around about 300 kilometers per hour, miles per hour, and he goes around the back of Tom's car to check his speed, and he's a bit silly, but once Tom goes off, he gives the turtle a run, like holds the turtle in his hands, goes for a high-speed run to just give the turtle a little bit of fun. The turtle does get swooped away by the wind, but Sonic catches him again. It's pretty funny. But the basic main plot of the story is that Sonic actually is mostly a little bit depressed because he has no real friends in the story, which kind of is a bit upsetting for Sonic the Hedgehog. So he was watching a baseball game, but as everyone left and around nighttime, he decided to play a game of baseball. But of course, he's playing it with himself, so he's every single person there on the baseball arena. He hits a home run, he believes. And he tries cheering along, that kind of stuff, but he gets upset because he's all alone. And yeah, it's quite sad for him. But Sonic, I guess he gets both sad or mad. He starts running really fast, charging up around the plates that he causes an EMP to go off because he's going that fast. So the government watch notice of this, and they don't know that Sonic is real yet, except for this crazy bloke. I forgot his name actually, but there's this crazy bloke that calls him the Blue Devil. But anyways, yes, the government given attention to this EMP, and they bring in Dr. Eggman to deal with this, or Dr. Robotnik, and they don't want to, but they supposedly had no choice. But anyways, they send people towards where Sonic was last seen, because Robotnik got a scan of his footprints or something like that. Also, I find it strange that his footprints, when he's stepping on the floor, you see his shoe print, but you also see the front of his toes, which is not really how shoe prints work, unless he has holes in the bottom of his shoe. Probably does, I don't know. Because he doesn't have his proper running shoes yet, like the red and white shoes that that are very iconic for him to wear and that kind of stuff. Like in this like footage of Sonic Mania where Sonic's wearing those shoes. He doesn't have them yet. He just has an old pair of really messed up running shoes. But anyways, he has to leave his cave, and he was told by Longclaw that if anything came to worse, or anything comes to worse on Earth, he has to go to this mushroom planet, which I believe is Mushroom Hill Zone from Sonic and Knuckles. But Sonic, I guess we learned a new thing about Sonic, he does not like mushrooms. Does not like them one bit. He tries to leave through his little cave that he has, but of course the military get up to where he's at, so he has to run away and go somewhere else, and he ends up hiding in Tom's garage when Tom believes that raccoons have rummaged through the garbage. So he goes in, and for some reason his wife has a tranquilizer gun. I forgot to mention that he has a wife. Sorry. But he goes in there to check to see what's going on, and finds Sonic with that very infamous scene of Sonic going, meow? But at least it actually looks much better than it did before. Like, Sonic is actually more expressive. You see the expression on him, like, oh gosh, what have I got myself into? But the thing about the rings that Sonic has, so many things I forgot to mention, but Sonic has these rings that was given to him by Longclaw, and these rings are basically portals. Like, what you imagine or say is what the rings will bring up. So, Tom tranquilizes Sonic from panic, of course, and Sonic says San Francisco, because he sees the shirt that Tom's wearing, and opens up a portal to San Francisco. And Sonic had his bag of rings in his hands, and he dropped the bag onto a tower in San Francisco, and so Sonic couldn't get to the Mushroom Planet, which is a damn shame about that. But I mean, I guess that means more movie with Sonic the Hedgehog in it. But I think I might just stop there, or maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, but anyways, Robotnik goes around to where Sonic was last located, to Tom's house, and he wants to check inside Tom's house to see if Sonic's there, which of course he is. He's hiding in the, he wakes up eventually after getting tranquilized, and for some reason his legs are paralyzed. I don't know why, but Sonic asks for Tom's help to hide from the military and hide from Dr. Robotnik, and yeah, Tom's like, alright, come this way, and Sonic's like, okay, and he takes one step and just flops onto the floor because for some reason his legs are paralyzed. So Tom takes him up to his basement where he has to hide from these robots, which Eggman sends in. Sonic tries to hide like a ball, but he kind of refers to himself in the third person now and again, like as he hides like a ball, he's like, okay, you're a ball, Sonic. You're a ball, Sonic. Like, you can do this, Sonic. He's like, I know I can do this, Sonic. Now stop arguing with me, Sonic. I'm not arguing with you. I can't say arguing. I'm not arguing with you, Sonic. You just gotta be a ball. And of course he says, don't panic, and he panics, of course, and he rolls out of the basement. But I need to stop pointing out so much of the film. Some of the jokes were pretty funny, and some scenes are quite, like, recognizable from other films, like X-Men Days of Future Past, that scene with Quicksilver in it, where he's running in slow motion, or where everything is at a standstill because he's running that fast. Sonic has that scene in a clubhouse, like a biker clubhouse, and it's pretty entertaining to watch. Like, Sonic goes up to his random geeky type stuff, like he has a selfie with someone while time is frozen for him and stuff. And it's pretty funny. But Sonic also wants to make up a bucket list because Tom tells him about a bucket list. And some of the bucket list things he does in that scene, like start a bar fight, and that kind of stuff, which was good for him. But one of the ones that are kind of emotional is that on Sonic's bucket list, he wishes to make a real friend, which is, of course, Sonic wants to do that because I mean, like, he's all alone on Earth, and basically right now his only friend, sort of friend, is Tom. And Tom's taking him to San Francisco to get his bag of rings. And I think Tom's going over there because he got a job in San Francisco for being a police officer. A job as a police officer in San Francisco. But anyways, driving off to San Francisco, they get attacked by Dr. Eggman again. And there's this one robot. It's like a giant tank at first. Sonic rolls into it because he's angry to hear that Tom is leaving Green Hill because he like hides behind them, like their house and what kind of stuff, without them knowing. And get this, he calls Tom the Donut Lord and his wife the Pretzel Lady. But anyways, there were some parts in this scene that I do not really like Sonic flossing. That was a some certain scene, and I forgot to mention in the last parts where Sonic's in the hotel room after they're done at the clubhouse, where he lets out a little bit of gas, and I wish to never see something like that ever again in the Sonic film, but of course Sonic's a bit immature, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, Sonic is fighting Dr. Eggman, and with Tom's help as well, and this one tank truck thing has like 4 different phases to it. At first it's a giant tank, then it becomes a tiny car and Sonic destroys that, then it becomes a one-wheel like motorbike scooter thing. Once that gets destroyed, it becomes the tiniest little helicopter drone, and when Sonic tries to destroy that, it becomes a tiny little bomb that sticks to his hand and he can't get it off, and Sonic does eventually get it off with the help of Tom, of course. And he gets knocked back by the explosion and is knocked unconscious, and Tom takes him all the way to San Francisco to help him, what kind of stuff. And for some reason Tom's wife's sister, also the wife's name is Maddie, sister does not really like Tom that much. It's kind of like cliche, to be honest, with that, oh, I don't think he's so good for you. But anyways, Maddie wakes Sonic up with some smelling salts, as they're called, and Sonic brings out the most ridiculous thing, because they reference the memes and all that kind of stuff, with Sonic waking up and yelling, "Gotta go fast." But anyways, of course, Maddie needs to talk to Tom, so Sonic just stays in the room where he's been woken up and just sits there. And Maddie's sister's little daughter gives Sonic his red and white shoes, and they look fantastic. Though they're branded by Puma, they're still fantastic looking shoes. And it makes me wish that Puma will actually release them as actual shoes, because they're pretty cool. But anyways, so during the end, they have to go to the building where Sonic's rings are at, and there are some things to point out, like Sonic runs towards the building, but he goes inside it, and he's like, nope, can't get in there, I need an access card to get to that roof. But the basic thing is, like, I feel like most people would be like, you're Sonic the Hedgehog, run up the building, you've done that before, haven't you? But no, so I guess to make the film last longer, they had Sonic hide in a bag, and had the not really the most funniest joke ever with the, do you have your child in that bag, from the first movie trailer, where it's like, I mean, yes, it's a child, but it's not mine. I mean, it's kind of a little bit funny, but it wasn't the funniest joke ever. Anyways, they get to the roof, Sonic's ready to leave, and says his goodbyes to Tom and Maddie. Eggman shows up, and Eggman has one of Sonic's quills. Forgot to mention that part. He, when he was checking out Tom's house, he had Tom had a quill from when he found it on the floor when Sonic was running by his car. But yeah, he has this quill to supercharge his ship, or like little jet thing. Anyways, Sonic slows down time again after pushing Tom and Maddie off the building because that was the plan. But anyways, again, same thing. Time is all frozen. Sonic is moving that fast, so time's frozen. And Tom and Maddie are falling from the building, but Robotnik presses a button on the ship that makes him catch up with Sonic, and Sonic's like, nobody's ever caught up to me before! But he saves Tom and Maddie by bringing them back to Green Hills with his ring. Sonic is hit by one of Eggman's projectiles, is knocked onto the city, the streets, the city roads or the city streets, and so Sonic battles with Eggman, of course, again, and it goes to the point where they're running around, and it goes back to the point where he's freezing. They're like, oh, so we're back here now. I'm glad you've been through this journey. Do you want to know how it ends? Yeah, me too. So Sonic and Eggman are running through San Francisco until Sonic is like, again, saying like, how the heck is he able to keep up with me? So he throws a ring and goes to Paris with a little scene where a mime is doing like all his mimey things, and then he does a circular motion with his fingers, and it looks like he opened up the ring, which he didn't, of course. And I guess this was off screen, but Sonic threw another ring and they went to China, and they're running along the Great Wall of China, which is a pretty cool segment. And then finally, he throws one more ring and he goes to Egypt, and runs up one of the, and tries to blind Robotnik with his speed, like creating like a tornado of like sand and all that kind of stuff. So I think he said something like, well, if you can't beat him, blind him. But anyways, so Sonic does that to see if he can get away from Robotnik, but Robotnik finds him eventually, and Sonic's running up the pyramid. He throws his ring, but he gets shot by another projectile by Eggman, and he's gets knocked down, and he's badly injured, and so they're back in Green Hills, and Tom grabs Sonic's bag of rings and gets onto the back of Eggman's ship and fights him a little bit to prevent him from killing Sonic, because Robotnik said to Sonic, like, any last words? Any last words? And Sonic's like, Guac, I like that word, while he's knocked unconscious or supposedly dead, because he doesn't move for a little bit of time, and also his fur's all rugged up, and his shoes are all dirtied up, and it's really sad to see Sonic on the floor like that. But eventually Tom starts monologuing, saying like, look, you're like one of the worst people I've ever met, Dr. Robotnik. That creature's name was Sonic the Hedgehog, and he's more human than you ever wish to be. And he was my friend, which leads to Sonic waking up and having his electricity, anger-fueled rage come out again. And he pulls the quill from Eggman's ship, and then as it zooms in on Sonic, he's like, this is my power, and I'm not using it to run away anymore. I'm using it to protect my friends. And of course, he uses it to protect his friends. And he finally defeats Eggman by saying, I am not leaving Earth, Dr. Robotnik. Oh, sorry, Eggman. He says Eggman. Calls him Eggman. You are Donut Lord. So the Donut Lord, or Tom, throws a ring behind him that goes towards the Mushroom World, and Sonic pushes Eggman straight into that world. And Sonic is living happily back on Earth, and is living with Tom and Maddie, because they set up a room for him up in the basement of their house. And the end credits, just a little love letter to the fans with the 16-bit sprites of Sonic running around, and then there was the post-credit scenes with Dr. Robotnik in the Mushroom Hill Zone. And then there was one last post-credit scene which made me really geek out, where a ring opens up, and oh my god, it was Tails the Fox. Tails is looking for Sonic, because I don't know why he's looking for Sonic, but he was looking for Sonic, and it's like, according to my calculations on this device, Sonic is here. Hang on, Sonic, I'm coming for you. and he flies off like at really fast speeds. And I did try to stay until the end of the credits to see if there was another post-credit scene, but no such luck. But there you go, that's kind of a pretty sloppy way of explaining the plot of the Sonic film. And I again said I really love this film. Like, for Sonic fans, it would absolutely... It's really good for, like, the Sonic fans. Like, Sonic fans would definitely enjoy this film. And if I was to give it a final rating, if I was, like, a film critic, I'd say it's around a 7 or an 8 out of 10. But, as a Sonic fan, of course, that's an instant 10 out of 10 because it's got Sonic the Hedgehog in it and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, I really hoped that they will make a sequel to Sonic the Hedgehog because it's actually doing really well. It's been known to be now one of the best-selling video game films of all time now. It's even surpassing Detective Pikachu. But, yeah, I was really happy with the way it turned out. I was very, very worried about it. Like, of course, it's a video game film, and most video game films don't turn out so well. And another question brought up to me was wondering, like, if they had to redesign Sonic for the film, oh god, they must have had to redesign Tails as well. And that makes me kind of wonder what Tails looks like if they never redesigned the characters. But I'm very thankful that they did do that, because Sonic is very, very, more, like, cool and cute looking, as most people point out. He's, like, before he looked horrifying, with that human teeth and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, he looks much, much better now. Looks, really good. I wish his, was more like his game self, so, like, his eyes are connected together as one, because that's how his eyes are, but he still looks really good. And, I wish he had the skin-colored arms, because Sonic's arms are skin-colored, not blue, because Sonic's, hands in this, arms in this, film are, colored blue. Guess it's supposed to be fur or something. Oh, another thing too, when Sonic is knocked unconscious, we get, I don't know why there's a zoom in on Sonic's, socks, but you see a little bit of his toes, like, and his feet, and the bottom of his feet are, like, kind of like paw prints on a cat's, like, kind of like the ends of the paws are, like, a different color to the fur, so, like, he has, like, skin-colored fur, like, at the tips of his toes and, like, at his heel or something like that, I think it was his heel, but it looked kind of adorable. Sonic had very adorable feet. I guess that was to please the people that have foot fetishes for Sonic the Hedgehog for some reason. But anyways, I really enjoyed the film, giving it an 8 out of 10 as a film like critic thing. As a Sonic fan, it's a 10 out of 10. The action was pretty good. The jokes were kind of funny. I did get some of the I did get a lot of the references that they put up into the film, because there are a ton of Easter eggs towards the Sonic film, and I love the scene. There's one scene where Sonic is watching Speed, and he sees Keanu Reeves, and he's like, "Keanu, you are a national treasure." And that just made me crack up a little bit, because, I mean, like, Keanu Reeves is definitely a national treasure. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. I'm sorry that if it wasn't, like, well polished out and kind of stuff. This was just me talking random nonsense after seeing the film a week ago. And I am really hoping to see it for a second time. Like, enjoyed it the first time, hope to see it for a second time. And I really hope they make a sequel to it. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this video. Again, final verdict is a 8 out of 10 as a film critic, and a Sonic fan, a 10 out of 10. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like on this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I hopefully next video I release will probably be like a montage. But right now I'm just low on ideas on what I want to do for the channel right now. But anyways, that's all I got to say, and I'll catch you guys in the next video whenever I release another video. Bye guys.